Uncertainty tonight for some in the North Country as the government shutdown continues with no apparent solution in sight. 7 News reporter Mark Mason Jr. live in studio to talk about the country's government shutdown and who might be feeling that uncertainty. Mark.
Jeff, Democrat and Republican lawmakers continue to point fingers at one another for the shutdown. Caught in the middle are people who are feeling the uncertainty, like people who may see a spike in their health care cost and civilians who work on Fort Drum.
The U.S. government shutdown centers on health care tax credits for low and middle income Americans that expire at the end of the year. A package of credits made available under the American Rescue Plan Act passed in 2021. Democrats want them to continue. Republicans say that policy debate can wait and shouldn't hold up passing a spending bill to reopen the government. But who uses the tax credits? Well, New York says 1.7 million people statewide are in health plans made more affordable by the credits. Breaking it down further into the North Country's 2 congressional districts, the state says close to 100,000 people benefit from the credits. And if they aren't extended by the end of the year, health insurance premiums could go up 30 to 40% for them, creating uncertainty in households.
Without these subsidies, millions and millions of New Yorkers will see their premiums skyrocket, even up to $3,000 a year. Who has that money sitting there? New Yorkers don't. Republicans
argue the real reason Democrats want these tax credits is to give health care benefits to illegal aliens.
They've voted for it, and they did it under Joe Biden, and we stopped it. The president stopped it with the passage of the One Big Beautiful Bill, and now they want to undo the president's very popular policy to ensure that taxpayer-funded health care benefits only go to tax-paying, law-abiding American citizens.
Democrats say that's a lie, and they want to restore health care options to immigrants who have a legal presence in the U.S. In the North Country, caught in the middle of this debate and feeling uncertainty, civilian workers on Fort Drum. There are more than 3,500 of them. Some are working during the shutdown, some staying home. All aren't getting paid until Washington sorts out its argument. It's the same situation for federal workers across the country.
Look, it's likely going to be in the thousands. It's a very good question, and that's something that the Office of Management and Budget and the entire team at the White House here, again, is unfortunately having to work on today.
President Trump may use the work stoppage as a way to go further, saying Thursday he'll meet with the Office of Management and Budget Director to talk about which political agencies are what they call a political scam, and have the director recommend which agencies should face cuts and whether those cuts should be temporary or permanent.
Also affected at Fort Drum, 16,000 soldiers. They too are told to show up to work, but won't get paid until a deal in Washington is reached. When a deal is reached, all federal workers will get back pay, but there's no indication when the shutdown will end. Jeff?
Mark Mason Jr., thank you. And because of the government shutdown, some services on Fort Drum are closed or canceled, according to the Army and Fort Drum 10th Mountain Division Facebook page. Soldier and Family Readiness Division events and classes are canceled. Education Center services and Army Substance Abuse Program services are closed. And the 10th Mountain Division Museum and Fort Drum Museum closed as well.